All right, shalom, shalom. I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakah Kadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well in all truth and in all sincerity. And shalom to the real, and shalom, to the, oh yeah, yeah, salutations to the Akim out there spreading this truth like wildfire in all truth and in all truthfulness and in all sincerity. And shalom to the rest of the elect out there. And the sincere shalom to all the rest of the elect out there. All right, to all this live video through the spirit. I was gonna do a live with multiple topic with one topic, but it's just like there's many topics like on my mind basically. There's many topics on my mind. So that's what I'm gonna do. So go in through the spirit, go through these prophecies that's popping on. I'm gonna go through them, And yeah, FYI, I did get I get a cut, and I was finally able to get a cut, but while I was getting it, I ain't got cut in a minute, I have to think about it. I ain't got cut in a minute, and hey, I'm basically like I told dude that I wanted like natural edge, and I thought maybe he was gonna go by natural edge in my hair, but instead, it was like meant something else, man. He was gonna give me a natural edge. Like it's been a minute since I got a haircut, okay? So I thought that and no edge up was the same thing. So just FYI, free Akim, I know now, what I'm gonna do next time, if I get, Yahweh does have a chance to come around, you know, just letting y'all know because we also, supposed to confess such sins before the church, but that was unintentional at the same time, though. That was unintentional. I wasn't trying to go off. I slipped up, okay? Really, it was a slip up. Like if when you trip on something, like fall, you don't actually mean to do it. But yeah, with that being addressed, man, I'm gonna go into I basically this right here. Let me get that. Confess your sins to one another, okay? Yeah, because you're not supposed to maul the corners of your beard, of your hair, of your head, round the corners of your head, maul the corners of your beard. James 5 and 16, confess your faults one to another and pray one for another that you may be healed. The effectual prayers of a righteous man avails much. No, and you get afflicted when you go off as well, man. But there's two reasons for getting afflicted, because if you're going off, or like you're being tested, like Job. Well, let me get something else. Um, like you gotta examine yourself, right? Examine thyself, man. Whether saying 2 Corinthians 13 and 5, examine yourselves whether ye be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know ye not that your own selves, how that Yahweh Shah HaMashiach is in you, except ye be reprobate. So you gotta examine yourself, man. You gotta do that, man. You gotta fear. It's part of fearing. It's part of Philippians 2 and 12. Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but how much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. That's what so that's a part of that, and thou shalt not. Let me get the commandment. Thou shalt not round the corners of thy head. That's what it means right there, man. Leviticus 19 and 27. That's what it means. He's supposed to. Leviticus 19 and 27. Ye shall not round the corners of thy heads of your heads. Now shalt thou mar the corners of thy beard. So you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to do that, and you're not supposed to like fuck with your beard, like shave parts of it. You're supposed to, which I didn't do nothing to my beard, but thou shalt only like for your beard, man. You supposed to like you could trim it, but you know thou shalt only hold on like I don't know get where it says that. Is hold on. Let me get this right here. I choke locks. Neither shall they shave, because you're not supposed to make baldness upon your heads. Ezekiel 44, verse 20. Neither shall they shave their heads, nor suffer locks to grow long. They shall only pull their heads, meaning like trim. Like you could get cut like this, just like don't like mar around the corners of your head, or don't mar your beard, like don't like destroy it. Mar means to destroy. And also something else. But yeah, you're not supposed to round the corners of your heads or mar the corners of your beard. I did not mean to, it wasn't intentional. And also, which I don't do this, but just FYI, verse 28 of Leviticus chapter 19, you shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, no print any marks upon you. I am Yahweh. So tats, man, that's out of limits. You're not supposed to do this shit. Also goes into the thingamajig. You're not supposed to get it. The thingamajig that I'm not allowed to name what it is, but y'all get the drift, man. You're not supposed to get, you know, get it. You're not supposed to get stabbed with that, man. That's just that alone, man. But yeah, I'm gonna be basically I had to address that. I had to get that off my chest. But so what else I'm gonna do? Y'all be like, wouldn't you know what that means? Natural edge. Nah, I actually don't know. Didn't even know that was like a thing. They would edge your shit up. But now I know. Now I know. So now I know not to ask for that. I know. I know just to say no edge next time, because now I know. Okay, it's been a minute since I got a haircut. It's just so slack you. All right, but anyways, some articles I'm going into and link them to scripture and That's what yeah, yeah. And I got an article right here out of Strange Sounds that a brother posted on the chat. And this is what's coming to America. This was coming to Babylon the Great, man. You know, expect food price inflation skyrocketing in the U.S. after chickens, tractors, and grain silos were destroyed by deadly U.S. tornadoes. So this is what it's leading to right here, man. You know, this this famine, man. This was a strategic hit. The Most High Yahweh hit this place with a strategic hit. Whether he used Esau, and his who you didn't use his harp, the harp and chemtrail geoengineering tools to geoengineering weapons to hit this place. Cause Esau to give himself a self-inflicted wound, or or he did it himself, possibly using the chariots. Still, you look at it and either way you look at it, this was Mashapayim. Shows a tornado damaged grain silo. Tornado damaged grain silos in Mayfield, Graves County, Kentucky. Pictured by Steve and Elliot. That's, hey, man. What that's gonna do? What is that gonna do is it's gonna bring more short. It's gonna cause even worse of a supply chain crunch. The road to recovery will be long for farmers and ag businesses in western Kentucky, following the storms that moved through late last week. In Graves County, Mayfield, Kentucky, major agricultural companies were completely leveled, from a John Deere dealership to Mayfield Grain, which handles over 40 million bushels of grain every year. Moreover, Pilgrim's Pride hatchery was wiped out in Graves County. That will have a ripple effect on the poultry production in Kentucky for some time to come. A ripple effect, like impact, and then there's like a wave, like think of a tidal wave, man. And it's gonna hit. It's gonna hit. You're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel it at the when you go to buy some groceries, man. It's called sticker shock. You're gonna feel it. Quote unquote, we have a 200-mile swag through Kentucky that you're gonna have to get some major sticker shock. And they're gonna make you jump back. We have a 200-mile swag through Kentucky that has pulled down grain systems, destroyed chicken hatcheries. So, grain systems, bread, right? Different bread products gonna skyrocket. Destroyed chicken hatcheries, those are gonna skyrocket too, man. Chicken products, man. And of course, blown over barns. When you have counties where the fences have been uprooted and tossed around, it's gonna take some time to sort through animal losses, simply because the cattle may not be there anymore. Oh yeah, barns, so cattle, so beef products. We also secured holding facilities for cattle as well as horses, quote unquote, said Ryan Carls, Kentucky's Agriculture Commission. Yeah, man, this is what Commissioner. This is what is coming to Babylon, man. All these supply crunches, all these storms. These storms does not, just random events. No, these are targeted hits. These are targeted hits at the infrastructure of this place, out body shots. That's what they are, man. All over again, but basically, man, basically, I'll be back. Yeah, man. Those will cause even more of a supply chain crunch, which is it's going to do wonders for the economy. Damn, bro. Like, oh man. Oh, Esau already up to his shenanigans. Call Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Hashem Rakal Kadash. All praises. That I'm still online. But, yeah, hold on. Hmm, hold on. right, so continuing on. We've also secured holding facilities for cattle as well as horses, said Ryan Quarles, Kentucky's agriculture commissioner. Okay, Con, I already read that. The first video shows a chicken hatchery and processing facility that has been completely destroyed by the December 10, 2021 Mayfield, Kentucky tornado. And I'm not sure if you could hear it, but I'll play it. I'll describe what's in the video if y'all can hear it. Just in case well, you should already know. I'm about to tell you. All right, so video basically it showed the destruction. The chick, yeah, it showed it, man, how bad it was destroyed, man. And the destruction in the Midwest could further raise already high chicken prices and add to supply chain headaches that have made it difficult for farmers to replace tractor parts. Poultry is Kentucky's top agricultural commodity, and at least a dozen chicken barns collapsed, Carl said. The state is working with the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency to properly kill and dispose of them. To properly kill and dispose of chickens housed in barns that were destroyed, he said. Kill and dispose of them. President Joe Biden will visit the state on Wednesday, so that's more shortages. President Joe Biden will visit the state on Wednesday to survey the damage. One Pilgrim's Pride chicken hatchery was a total loss. Another is expected to be offline until spring. Until spring, about suffering significant damage. The company said in statements. And added that other company hatcheries are supplying chicken. Are supplying chickens to farmers near Mayfield, a town of 10,000 that suffered some of the worst damage from the tornadoes. Pilgrims, which is mostly owned by Brazilian meat packer JBS SA, is evaluating damage to a local female, while production plant is expected to be fully operational on Wednesday, the statement said. The loss of the hatchery in Mayfield, quote unquote, automatically triggers a multi-month delay in the processing and raising of chickens because the hatchery supply is not there anymore to supply the farmers, quote unquote, Carl said. Mayfield is in Kentucky's top country for agricultural sales, accounting for 6% of the state's total farm business, according to U.S. Department of Agriculture data. Though the state is not a top grain producer, Kentucky held 1.5% of U.S. corn stocks in December 2020, the USDA said. "Quote unquote, lots of farm elevators damaged. Some small feed mills have damaged with indefinite timelines," said Andrew Jackson, broker at Producers Hedge in Lancaster, Kentucky. Mayfield Grain Company, a crop handler, had roots ripped off parts of a storage system that holds 6 million bushels of grain in Mayfield. Carl said that's enough corn to fill two Panamax vehicles. Each shipped the length of 2 football fields. Photos on Twitter showed yellow corn visible from the tops of bids. They lost their roots. The company had no immediate comment. That's what it showed right here. Another view from my flight over here there yesterday. It showed, man. Them shits got ripped open, man. So that's like more losses. It's more of an impact to the supply chain. "Quote unquote, you have millions of bushels of corn, much of which was just freshly harvested. There you go. My bad. You know what I meant to say though. Being exposed to elements being damaged, quote unquote," Carl said. "Quote unquote, we're looking for ways to recover spilled grain, but also divert the storage and movement of grain to other facilities across the state," quote unquote. Dude, the fuck, bro? I was about to get up and check. This is going. Oh, check. You can't wait on now either. I get back on it. Nope. It showed, man. It showed there's damage to it, man. Mayfield grain, like how them bins is just ripped open, man. It showed. You know, shit. Hey, bro. More impact to Babylon, man. To the Babylon, the state of grain, man. More impact to it. The state of bread. There you go. Yeah, the state of bread. Carl said the agriculture department will help farmers find buyers for grain amid reduced demand for feed from livestock and poultry producers who suffer losses. Hudson Incorporated, a company that sells deer equipment, says its flagship store in Mayfield was quote unquote destroyed by one of the worst natural disasters to ever hit the state. Quote unquote workers quote unquote waded through the debris and used what equipment they could salvage to exist with rescue efforts at a candle plant located next to us that had mass casualties, quote unquote. Chief Executive Josh Wagner says in a statement online. DSA is in touch with Wagner working with Hudson to provide financial assistance to the community. Reuters Brownfield AG News. So there you go, man. You can also follow, okay, yeah, it's called site called Strange Sound, man. Strange Sounds. And it exposes like basically Esau's bullshit, man. Esau's geoengineering bullshit get exposed a lot on here. And I honestly wouldn't be surprised because the devils do have the capability, and they do have the capability to cause to like bring some shit like that, and they do want order KO, man. This does fit their agenda, Bill hates Jake, you know, the Bill Gates of hell, man. Bill trying to Bill of the gates of hell, man. Him. The gates of hell shall not prevail against, his elect, right? Um, the talk speaking of Esau, who is his death in hell. Him buying up all the land, all the farmland, most of it, and then China buying up a lot of land too. Moab, Moab in the Hebrew, they're like they want their new world order too, man. Just like Esau, Edom, and really, their country, is like with the Rothschilds and shit, bro, owned by the Rothschilds as well. But also, Moab, think they could get to the top position like that, man. So, of course, they're in on it as well, man. As the fact that you had the Wuhan lab over there in China, and it was the U.S. government, the U.S. military, was like involved in it as well. Like that kind of shows you as well. And the Chinese, so-called Chinese government released that shit on their own people. Actually released the real deal on their own people and was also killed motherfuckers too. In other ways. Basically, yeah, the Wuhan lab, U.S. military games, all that, Wuhan, China and shit, it shows that Mawaba is in on it. But let me continue. You have that, and you have farmers being pressured by the U.S. government to destroy their crops, man. So, as I had brought out, his brothers have brought out, I know the brother, Rapal Araya, he bring out a lot of music going into it. And I know him and probably some other brothers as well, Doc, him, right, went into it. And so, there's does fit their agenda to do something like that, man. And they do have the capabilities. But, like I said, it's Mashafayim. It's Mashafayim still, from the Most High Yahweh, because ultimately the Most High Yahweh, Esau is the sword of the Most High Yahweh. And so, so his actions, he's not aware of it, but his actions are controlled by the Most High Yahweh, the wicked who is, the wicked who is my sword, right? The wicked who is my sword. The wicked is thy sword. Let me get that. Psalm 17 and 13, King David himself, man. Arise, O Yahweh, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. So there you go, man. And Esau, he's the wicked. The house of Esau, the Edomites, Malachi 1 and 6. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus say Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. They shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom Yahweh had indignation forever. And through history, you see the Renaissance when they built back up again, man. And then they're gonna be, but it's gonna be destroyed for good, man. You know that Renaissance was a rebirth of the Roman Empire, who they ruled. You know, who they ruled, and Renaissance meaning rebirth, literally. And let me get this right here, just to solidify that real quick, and then I'm gonna move on to them scriptures talking about the famine. Job 9:24 KJV, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? If not, so he covered faces of the judges thereof. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked, first hint. Number two, he covered the faces of the judges thereof. That's iconoclasm that he did, man, because we're the true judges. And also, Esau controls, these political leaders and shit. But really, if not, where and who is he? If that's not him, then who is he? If he's not in power, then where is he, man? Come on, it's the so-called white man. And laid open the book of the law. This is gonna bring out this one more, man, but I gotta really get on it. And laid open the book of the law right here. 1 Maccabees 3:48, 3 verse 48, and laid open the book of the law wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images. And the heathen that's speaking of is Esau. So nothing new under the sun, right? Nothing new under the sun, when they tried to do it again. And they did that in Egypt, man. That's why you have them so-called white-looking pharaohs. It's really was done during the time of the Ptolemies. But let me get into these scriptures about that famine, Matthew 24, basics, start off with them. Matthew 24:7, for nation shall rise up. Let me address that real quick. Ecclesiastes chapter 1. I feel like I got it. Ecclesiastes chapter 1. Get it in the KJV. Yeah, oh shit. No, I didn't mean to do that. Damn. Ecclesiastes 1 KJV, establishing what I just brought out. Move on to the scriptures after this. Ecclesiastes 1:10-9. The thing that had been is that which shall be, which is done. Also that which is done is that which shall be done. There's no new thing under the sun. Also these devils are the same devils. Verse 10. Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new, had been already old time which was before us? And also verse 15, that which is crooked cannot be made straight. That which is wounded cannot be cannot be a number. Uh, that which is crooked cannot be made straight. Terminator is going to be a fucking Terminator. And for a lawnmower, same thing. Oh, man. Yeah. But, nasty thing. Probably because I was obsessively trying to prove that point. Sorry, prove my other brothers. Let me let me continue. The reason I thought I had to bring that out was because on my mind, but also my afflictions started acting up whenever I didn't. So that's why. Hold on. No, hold on, no. Hold on. You said why? Hold on. Get in. You already know. All right. Yeah, getting that to your mouth is not fun. But I'm going to start at verse 7, Matthew chapter 24. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in divers places. Verse 8, all these are the beginning of sorrows. So, for nation shall rise against nation, not nations like so-called races, right? Even though there's one head, race comes from Rasa, which comes from Raj, meaning head. One head, and that head is the Israelites, man, really. But right now, the head is who's supposed to be the head is the tail right now. So right now, Edomites is on top, and the kingdom against kingdom. No, they're the head, we're the tail, right? And kingdom against kingdom, these different countries against each other, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. They're the head right now, we're the tail, because it's ass backwards world. Just a side note, which is how they can be racist against us. But they're gonna pay for that, and because there's a role reversal back to the original rules, But yeah, kingdom against kingdom, World War III. Ultimately, it's ultimately that's because ultimately World War III is gonna be in this bitch. It's gonna turn nuclear, and America's gonna be take them, bear the brunt of that. America's gonna catch the most nukes. Every kingdom on earth is gonna launch in this place, really. But you see it forming up, man, and it's a process, and there shall be famines. So famine shortages. What's going on right now? You have you're having events like this tornado outbreak that's gonna lead to a famine, a major one, shortage. And pestilences, man. You know, this is about famines. What I just brought out. It's about famines. But you also have that coming. This pandemic that they got. There's some the actual virus is weak as fuck. That people are getting. That this and if they're actually getting the shit, they're calling the Crown Royal, calling I have to say Crown Royal, calling it that, man, a word that means the same thing as Crown Royal, but it's not in English. It's in the language that most so-called most Northern Kingdom so-called Latinos and natives speak. You know, that are not from Babylon, and even a lot of them that are from Babylon. But you get the point. You get the point without the royal part, but you get the point. But they're saying that it's that one. Also devog backwards. But because this current pandemic is not working, they're of course moving further with well, I mean, I could see them moving further with the actual like virus that they release. That's gonna have people drop dead. You have the smallpox, the Operation Dark Winter. Where Biden keep talking about Dark Winter, right? So you have, yeah, it came out, man. They had a hold on, smallpox vials, man. Smallpox vials found. CDC, bro. Yeah, but then they're gonna like try to play it off. Of course, right? CDC says smallpox vials found in lab does not contain disease-causing virus. Okay, whatever you say, though. But they basically found that smallpox virus in the CDC lab, U.S. lab. And what they got Operation Dark? They talking about Dark Winter. What do you have Operation Dark Winter? Operation Dark Winter, you know. Which Operation Dark Winter is about that, man. And I wouldn't be surprised if they'll try to release something like that. They'll release something like that. People's immune system's already lowered, man. That'd be like that people be dropping like flies, man. Operation Dark Winter, man. goes into that, man. Operation Dark Winter was a code name for fuck, shit's fast. Basically, it goes into smallpox attack on the U.S. and shit. It was designed to carry out a mock version of that. And who was behind it? None other than the John Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health, of course. Of course, they be behind it as well. But basically, smallpox basically goes into that. An attack on the U.S. with biological weapons could threaten vital national security interests. You know, they're going into that, man. And then what did Joe Biden? What he talking about? Dark winter, right? So you know what that's going into, man. You know what that's going into. It says current organizational structures and capabilities are not well suited for the management of a BW attack. Major fault lines exist between different levels of government, federal, state, and local, between federal government and the private sector, among different institutions, agencies, and within the public and private sector. These disconnects could impede situational awareness and compromise the ability to limit loss of life, suffering, and economic damage. Oh shit. Dealing with the media will be a major immediate challenge for all levels of government. Will be information management and community information management. What were they talking about? Misinformation. They was talking about misinformation, how they need to regulate misinformation. Information management and communication, dealing with the press effectively, communication with citizens, maintaining information flows necessary for command and control of all institutional levels will be a critical element in crisis consequence. So, so like when I'm busy, I'm busy, like, it's what it is. I don't be the one. It's what it is, man. It's what it is. Back on it. Start worrying about that. Back on. Get back on it. That was some other type. That was some other shit, man. All right, distraction. Should a contagious bioweapon pathogen be used containing the spread of disease or would present significant ethical, political, cultural, operational, and legal challenges? Yo, smallpox because of this. So you get the picture, man. they set the damn. They was actually gonna pull this, man. But they was gonna pull it back then, but they postponed it. Now we in 2021, man. Dark Winter. You also have Operation Dark Winter video game, man. Yeah, well, a video game going into Operation Dark Winter, man. Hmm. Yup. The federal government. Yeah, yeah. It was a simulation, just like the simulation they got going on right here, going on right. Just like the pandemic was a simulation that it was first simulation by none other than Johns Hopkins. You know, Johns Hopkins Center for hold on, at John Hopkins, man. Video game. Uh, I think it was in a video game too. You had Operation Dark Winter, the secret U.S. Germ game. All there, man. Um, Conspiracy theories, free cooperators over Dark Winter, whatever. Of course, it's gonna make us look like crazy people. But hold on. You had hold on. Operation Dark Winter. John Clancy, man. John Clancy. But his video game, it was like actually oh yeah, Ubisoft's Tom Clancy's The Division, Dark Winter. Yo, they've been showing you. Yup. And it actually is talking about that. And it's in the video game, The Division. Wait, hold on. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a video game if ain't mistaken. Tom Clancy's The Division on IMDb. In 2001, just 3 months before 9/11, a real-world exercise tested the emergency response to a bioterror attack on the continental U.S. The operation was called "quote unquote" Dark Winter, and you have It's a game, yo. Game facts. It's a game. Oh, dude, I swear, it's fucking. Damn, fucking with me for real. All right, so yeah, and then you see there there's a trailer to it, and look up the trailer, man. And yeah, man, you see what it your eyes to see, man. Yeah, you could watch. I'm on this. I recommend you Arkham. Use the site sometimes, you know, cause go the DuckDuckGo site, man, because you know they supposed to respect your privacy and shit. But yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, so I'm using that right now. You know, I I'm gonna play this video, Operation Dark Winter. It's so what they finna do, man. I think I had a brother on here. I remember I had a brother on here that played this. Let me see if it'll play for y'all. If not, like, but it's basically just like a reminder, man. What it is. Mm, mm, mm. This is the narrative that they're pushing. Pay attention. Mm. Interesting that they mention that. Mm, mm, mm. And check this. You know, I would say a few months back, like way back, but not too much back, right? They was talking about like cash is dirty and shit, bro. So I wouldn't be surprised if they use that angle to also push for the digital dollar, man. Oh, cash is dirty. Oh, cards, everybody be touching them shits. You know where it's been. It's dirty. We got to do away with all that shit. You use cell phone. You know where that shit. People use cell phones while they taking the shit. And you know, I mean, they gonna push it in all angles. I mean, besides, you know, they're gonna push that digital dollar, and they're gonna push it in, you know, the chip form, man. We gonna let's just put it in you. Let's just put it in you. You know, put that grain of rice in you. You know, MOTB, man. It all everything that Esau is pushing. You know, the self-proclaimed so-called white man that runs this world, right? Everything he's pushing, everything that he is pushing, you know, man, fucking side note. Not everyone that looks like Esau is a fucking Edomite, okay? You have our people, for example, that are scattered among them. But yeah, basically, this self-proclaimed so-called white man, the shit that everything that he's pushing through the mainstream media, everything that he's pushing through that shit is basically to get you ready for this RFID chip, man. Everything, with this grain of rice, which is the MOTB, man. Basically, Esau trying to be the most high. Yahweh, man. He's trying to be the most high, and he thinks he can achieve it like that. Basically snatched the birthright back from Jacob, the birthright that he sold, by the way. Back from Jacob, you using carnal means. Yep. What are you pushing? You're crazy. Probably the neighbors. It's whatever. I'm just shoot that out. Yeah. Oh, oh. Just in case you ain't heard, I'm gonna run it back. Hold up, what? What were they saying? What were they saying? Hospitals is filling up. They were saying that it was bullshit at first. Then they created this little scenario for hospitals to actually be overwhelmed by requiring the jab, man. Requiring the hit, man, for employers, and a lot of people's dropping out because it's obviously experimental. So a lot of people are like, wait, hold up, you're gonna require that shit for me to work here? I'm out this bitch. Because it's all by design, man. It's obviously experimental. So no shit, right? So that's creating an actual shortage in hospitals, man. So when they fucking come with this shit, man, it's gonna be like, it's gonna be it's actually gonna be crazy, man. You're gonna have motherfuckers coming in like flooding that shit, man. I wouldn't be surprised if it's something in the damn hit, bro. That that's gonna like the next round combined with something else. Yeah, so they're gonna release it in several ways that could actually cause it to break down like that, man. Say that the moronic variant just fucking basically make it seem like it fucked around and got a shot of roids and shit and came back. I wouldn't be surprised. They're saying you get the moronic and the delta force, and you got the super contagious whatever, man. Variant whatever version. Damn it, remix. It's the remix. You got a extra contagious remix, like it's gonna spread even extra virally and shit. Like that's what they say. But yeah, they're showing how, yeah, you easily see it, man. That's right. Thanks. 14 zones established. They already did that, doing it in Australia, man, over bullshit. So imagine, when they release that real deal, I have these quarantine centers set up, Camp FEMA, you know, aka Camp FEMA. I already have them set up. And they're gonna justify it. See, it's a, it's a. See, we gotta do it, man. It's a, a pandemic of of those that won't take won't take the hit, won't take the kill shot, won't get the wounds. Yep. Stock market crash. Oh, dry up. Big four, power fail. Hold on. Run it back. Hold on. Big three. International trade will stop. I'm narrating it kind of since you may not be able to hear it. Oil will dry out. Stock market will collapse. Big four. Power will fail. Shelves will be empty. What do you be seeing? Empty shelves. That's why Joe Biden is called Empty Shelves Joe. It's the reason for it. Hey, man. So imagine then, man. This supply chain crunch is going to lead to all that. It's all by design. Hold on, what? Tap to one drive. Once hunger and despair take hold, what? It will be evening for survival. Day 5, everybody will be a potential threat. Oh, 2007, what? A new presidential directive will sign quietly into law. This maps out the government's response to it. Plan to cope with a real dark winter. It's known as Directive 51. Rumors of shadow agency suicide over agents. Complex world is primed for breakdown. They set it up like that. Run it back. They got it all set up. Oh shit. Oh shit. This reminds me of that one article that was on Natural News, and it go into how it goes into how Esau, well, it doesn't name him Esau, of course, because of course, man, they're gonna bring out some truth, but it bring out how there's actually a fucking plan for by these motherfuckers to basically to bring that about, man, that they actually got. Except that one talking about Super Mars was like respiratory, disease, as well, man, and that they got motherfuckers here that's they got like talk about sleeper cells, that it's a plan like between Esau and Moab to like have it released here, man, to cause that chaos to bring in that new world order, man. Them martial law troops and everything, man. Quarantine zone, quarantine camps and shit, which is just FEMA camps. Just have that as an excuse to do that shit, and then take away everybody's rights, man. Oh, it's an emergency situation. We've got to crack down, for real, man. Like, you already know how they gonna come with it, man. And then the solution that RFID chip, that solution, that grain of rice, man. Now fucking everything, the devil's punishable juice, man. They got motherfuckers thinking that's in that shit. Be like that. That's in that shit. And all your info and your new form of currency, digital dollars, is in that shit. You gotta take it to be continue being a citizen, or you're illegal, man. You're like you're illegal, and we can't have you out here, you know. So it's either that or, you're on the chopping block, literally. That's how they have it set up, man. They have guillotines too, man. They got shit, coffins, guillotines, got all that shit, man. They don't found that shit. People don't found large fucking amounts of coffins stored in different areas, man. This shit too. This shit real, man. And they planning on moving. Soon. Esau, so-called white man, he know that he have a short time. Fine. Hold on. I already played the part. And that's why how they're gonna push their bullshit. Man, swear, bro. I look out here, they normally I it's either that or it's say oh, the stuff. Well, ultimately it's sleep. It's like it. But anyways, yeah, man. They show you it's predictive programming straight to your face. Tom Clancy's The Division. Man. It goes into Dark Winter and shit, man. And I could actually copy the fucking link and post it to this. I'm gonna do that shit, man. I'm gonna copy the links to these articles and I'm gonna post them on the comment board. That's what I'm gonna do so that y'all have them and y'all can look at it, because the scriptures do say, prove all things, right? And if you have the actual, not read it, narrated it, but you need to see it, man. So I'm gonna post their link on the comment section so y'all can actually click on it. And if that don't matter of fact, what I should also do is I should because sometimes you can't click on links that's posted on here, like in the comment section, like not just the comment board right here, but like not the just the live one, but the other one. But this article I was going into strange sounds article. Let me get it. No, this is what they setting up, man. A total breakdown, of the supply chain. Total breakdown of supply chain leading to a total breakdown of society, man. That is what they are trying to achieve here. Esau, which ultimately he's bringing. I wouldn't be surprised if, the tornadoes he was behind it, which, ultimately, he's, like I brought out before, he's, that's the sword of the Most High Yahweh. It's all according to prophecy, man. You have that famine, you have this, Jacob's trouble, man. Jacob's trouble. Jacob's trouble, which is coming. Jacob's trouble. KJV, let me get that. A time like no other. Jeremiah 30:7. The last for that day is great, so that none is like it. Is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. There you go. Let me get this right here, man. Also, Matthew 24. There's something else I can get. Going into this pale horse, man, which is what this which goes into exactly what they're doing, man. It's all prophesied. But let me get Matthew 24. It's a part of it, you know. You gotta understand, you know, it's that agenda. Matthew 24 and 20, but pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, because this was speaking of 70 AD, but you know, none new under the sun, right? You know, he speaketh once, yea, twice, right? Most High Yahweh speaketh once, yea, twice, yet man perceiveth not. Man, so this was speaking of another time when this devil would roll, man. You know, this time instead of rolling on the second temple, you know, during the time of the Romans, when the Roman Edomites came down, you know, the third temple, which is the third temple is the body, man. It's not some building that's gonna be built in Jerusalem. It's the body of the elect. And that's what they're gonna try to that's what they're aiming at now, man. That's why they want to put all these foreign objects in your body. It's to defile your temple permanently. You know, the MOTB, you know, that grain of rice, man. You take that, you take that, you're through, man. Verse 20, but pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day, man. Pray ye that in that you know, the juice, you know, the shit that they're giving you right now, you know, that shit gonna lead to it, man. Gonna lead to that grain of rice. It's gonna lead to it, man. That crispy ass grain of rice, that's chip. I'm gonna lead to it. Yeah, but pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Shabbat day, man. Verse 21, for then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be, man. So for then shall be great tribulation, man, such as was not since the beginning of this world to this time, no ever shall be. What I just brought out about the time of Jacob's trouble, man. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. He is who? The elect. So the rest, you know, 2/3, you know, what I mean for 2/3, you know, y'all are through. And so, yeah, man. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of this world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. So, hey, wouldn't be surprised if it was in the winter. Honestly, would not be surprised if it was in the winter. And also on the Shabbat day, man. I wouldn't be surprised if it fell on both, which that goes by the new moon. Don't go by Friday or Saturday, nothing like that. It go by the new moon, and then 7 days after. New moon, new month. Makes sense, right? Month is named after the moon. 7 days after. The new moon day is the rest day. Count 7 days. Count 6 days as your 6 work days. And 7th day. That's your Shabbat. You know, because it's going to be great tribulation, such was not since the beginning of this world to this time, no, never shall be. So, you know, come on, makes sense, right? Makes sense that it would be on that, you know, I wouldn't be surprised, man. We're talking about making big moves in January, man. Wouldn't be surprised if it happened both in the winter and then the Shabbat. And then what? Spring forward, man. What you have is, well, spring forward, the Great Reset. You know, the Green New Deal, all that shit, man. All that shit, man. You know, automate the fourth industrial revolution, all that shit, man. You know, being all this, the order being brought out of the chaos, man. You know, this, it makes sense, man. I mean, maybe it happened later on. You know, maybe. Most likely it's gonna. I say most likely. I'm not saying 100% it's gonna happen this winter, but I'm saying it looks very likely that it is, because we don't know the day nor the hour, right? So, I say most likely it's gonna happen. Most likely this winter. I say it's a good chance. Verse 22, and except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. You know, for the elect's sake, man, because he's going to be saved out of it. Earth's magnetic field illuminates biblical history. That's the man. These devils know that the scripture is the scriptures is legit. You know, they know that Jake is gonna come back here. You know, they know Jacob got next, which is why they're moving like this. You know, when Jacob come back in a power rate, because we wasn't in power for 1,000 years, Dark Ages Europe, right? In other parts of the world, the black nobility, those Israelites, so-called black people. But the elect coming back into power, never falling out. Esau knows he's through. You know, he know that his time, you know, the devils come down unto you having great wrath. Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devils come down unto you having great wrath, because he knows that he hath but a short time. You know, he knows that he hath but a short time. That's why he's doing all this. That's why he's moving so quickly, man. Because he knows. You know, he knows that he's fucked, man. He's trying to stop it. Ah, shit. All right, hold up. Ah, shit. So, you know, Esau's. Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, I know what I was gonna get. Also, I got another article going into this subject as well. Let me get this right here. Pale horse, KJV. Going into that. Revelation 6:8. Now look, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him. And power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth to kill with sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth. And let me get this right here. Another scripture that goes into it, which is Habakkuk 2:5. You know, link them together. Yeah, also because he transgresseth by wine, he's a proud man. Neither keepeth at home, whom largeth his desire is hell, and is his death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. There you go. Because he transgressed by wine, he's a proud man, you know. So he neither keepeth at home. This devil, he can't keep it home, man. This devil go he stick his nose in everybody's business, man. Who enlargeth his desire is hell, and this is death. He's always, Babylon is always playing the role of police, right? Who enlargeth his desire is hell, but hey, the world's policemen got a police brutality problem, man. Who enlargeth his desire is hell, and this is death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathered unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. That's why these devils want all these other nations to be under them, man. And heapeth unto them all people. You know, kind of why they made America, Babylon, that melting pot and shit, is because they wanted to gather unto them all nations and heap unto them all people. It's not because what people think, right? Shit. America just wants to give them an opportunity to basically like on one hand, that to live that American life or whatever, right? To have the so-called American dream, which you got to be asleep to believe. It's not that, and it's not that or the other, like which you have some Edomite supremacist types, man, that be like that be like, oh, they're inviting them here because they're because these elite Edomites, which they'll just call them elites. They're trying to, or they'll refer to them they'll mention that they're 1948ers, which a lot of them are. A lot of them are. That's Chief House of Esau. And they'll try to say that they're trying to replace them and shit. Not true. Not true. They're gathering unto them all nations and heaping unto them all people. That's what they're doing. Because all in their rule. Like this is what they want. King Antiochus did this too. This is what it really comes down to. It's what they want. It's the goal. 1 Maccabees 144. Let me get 141 first. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people. Verse 42, and every one should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. Verse 43, yet many also of the Israelites consented to his religion and sacrificed unto idols and profaned the Sabbath. Verse 44, for the king had sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and the cities of Judah that they should follow the strange laws of the land. This is why they take the Apocrypha out the scriptures, man. That's a part of the Apocrypha. It was a part of the original King James Version. That's why they take it out, because they want to hide that. They want to hide their agenda. They want to hide the fact that they're Esau and they're the wicked. And they want to hide their agenda, man. They want the whole world to be like that, man. That all should be one people. Verse 42, and everyone should leave his law, so all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. America is like a microcosm of that. They want that for the whole world, except no rights. No rights guaranteed, which is why they're doing what they're doing. Basically violating the rights that you're supposed to have here, more and more. That's why they're doing it and justifying it. And then, going further with it and justifying it. So you have none. That's why they're doing it. They want, it's basically a U.S. like the whole world under them, though. Under Esau and the Edomite supremacy. But the rest of the nations got to live under it. And there's no rights, man. They want to ultimately do away with Jake, and then ultimately, Esau's not gonna, because Jake got that blessing. And then ultimately, with the other nations, ultimately Esau would destroy his own, if he was to be left in power, which is another meaning to that scripture in Matthew 24. It's another meaning to it. Because they're insatiable. Verse 22, and except those days should be shortened. There should no flesh be saved. That's literal. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Because, this devil, man, he's his death and his hell, man. His greed knows no bounds. So he's gonna just keep on, 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 just keep on pushing, keep on stealing, man. Stealing, raping, and robbing, man. Rape, robbing, murdering. They can continue doing that until no one left, and then they're gonna just destroy themselves, man. They're insatiable. But yeah, hold on. Yeah, man, let me get in it. So let me get into this pale horse scripture. And looked, and behold, a pale horse, his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him. And power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth. You know where we're at right now, North America. That's like the northern part of the western hemisphere, fourth part of the earth, to kill with sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth. So to kill with sword, let's look at it. To kill with sword, wars, chaos, they're stirring all that up, man. Race wars, civil wars, class wars, all that, man. And with hunger, famines, and with death, other ways, other methods of them getting rid of us, other methods. Pestilence, I would say, would be that. And with the beasts of the earth, pestilence, dark winter, and with the beasts of the earth. Because what they're doing is gonna bring that. Hold on, let me get back to it. Because they're destroying, the environment that they live in, these beasts, and then creating shortages. They're hungry too. The people is hungry. You have these beasts in these zoos, man. They ain't gonna be kept there like through all this, man. You best believe they're gonna be released out here. You gotta have these zoo animals out here, man. Lions, tigers, and bears. Oh my, much more than that. You have these zoo animals out here, man. You're gonna have them. You're gonna have these pets, man. Shit, when people can't feed them no more. What you think they're gonna do? They're gonna resort to feeding themselves if they wasn't already eaten by their owners, man. They're gonna be forced to feed themselves. You're gonna have if they're too big, man, the owner's like too fucking frail. What do you think is gonna happen, man? Like these big ass dogs, man. These big Rottweiler dogs, these fucking Rottweilers, these fucking pit bulls, these different type dogs, man. Even Labrador shit. These different type dogs that motherfuckers got, man. These canines that the cops got, man. Yeah, these different dogs, man. What do you think gonna happen, man? Like, yeah, man, them too, man. The police department, man, it's just like ain't much people working there no more since shit, man. There's the mandates. There's not only the funding, but the mandates. That's gonna cause that, man, because they no longer need them. They gonna can afford to take care of them. So you're gonna have these packs of wild animals. You're gonna have these packs of wild animals, packs of stray dogs. You could see it. And the ones that are the biggest and the baddest of them. They're gonna be the ones that survive, man, because they're gonna be eating each other too. So they're gonna be the ones that survive, man. You're still gonna have big ass dogs, man. You're gonna have big ass packs of, huge ass dogs, man. Packs of huge ass dogs just fucking chasing motherfuckers down the street, man. That's what you're gonna have. out here, man. And plus these zoo animals, man. These lions, tigers, and bears gotta eat, man. These gators, these different snakes gotta eat, man. Dude, all these animals, bro. And them animals is already here, man. You already got bears here, man. They gonna come into the cities like they be doing in Cali, bro. In Cali, they be coming into the cities, because the woods is all fucked up, man. Destroyed, man. By wildfires, by landslides and shit. Through this geoengineered weather, man. And DEW is being used to create the wildfires. This devil destroying the earth, man. This devil destroying the earth, causing them to come into the cities, man. And you got these animals, you got these wild beasts out here, man. You got these, you got mountain lions in parts of the state. You got mountain lions. You got mountain lions. You see shit how they get down, man. They gonna be coming into these cities, man, hungry as fuck. Coming in these cities and all these motherfuckers killing each other, man. They gonna develop, man. Shit, they let these motherfuckers deceive you, man. They eat people if they got it, man. I already be on motherfuckers. So much worse when that time come, man. And they gonna be in them cities, man. Hunting you wicked ass 2/3 niggas and niggas, of all tribes, man. Looking like the original type and the speckled, they gonna be hunting y'all. And as well as you heathens and you everyday, lowercase e's, man. Lower level devils, man. E is for Esau. Lower level devils, man. Hunting y'all down too, man. They gonna get theirs too, man. Shit, not to mention these fowls, man. Not to mention which is these birds, bro. Not to mention these, especially the birds of prey, man. Snatching up kids and shit. See it. I actually had a dream about these beasts being out here on the loose, bro. I had a dream about that shit, man. Like I made I did a live on that, man. Way back. It was a real heavy dream, man. It had these fucking beasts that look like fucking cougars and shit out here, man. And they was eating motherfuckers. They were chasing motherfuckers down and eating. And he had these huge eagle looking ass birds, man. That was swooping down, getting motherfuckers, man. They was sleeping down everywhere. These beasts was just roaming the fucking streets, man. Big ass fucking cougar looking ass beasts, man. And then you had these big ass eagles, man. Look like eagles. They look like kind of like vultures too. They swooping down, man. They was swooping down in the street, man. They was like, people was scared, man. People was shook. I remember. And it was after the storm and shit. I mean, you look at it. That's could be symbolic of the times that's coming, man. Overflowing scourge. Let me get there's another scripture. So that and the famine, man, is gonna cause what? Cannibalism. I'm gonna get all that. That famine is gonna cause that because when people ain't got nothing else to eat, man, they gonna eat each other, man. Jeremiah 15:1. And it happened before, man, to our people during the siege, 70 AD, man. During the siege, when the Babylonians came up against us, and probably other times, man. You had cannibalism and shit. And cannibalism. There's several cases of cannibalism among our people in the scriptures, man. When we was being starved out, man. Jeremiah chapter 15, verse 1. Then said Yahweh unto me. Like there's a case uh, of of a woman splitting, of a woman sharing her son with another woman in exchange that her son will be shared with hers, and they ate her son, and she hid hers. Those times are coming. Cannibalism is coming back in a big way. Jeremiah chapter 15, verse 1. This said Yahweh unto me, though Moses and Samuel stood before me, yet my mind could not be toward this people. Cast them out of my sight and let them go forth, speaking of you 2/3. Verse 2, and it shall come to pass if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forward? And thou shalt tell them, thus saith Yahweh, such as are for death to death, and such as are for the sword to the sword, and such as are for the famine to the famine, and such as are for the captivity to the captivity. Verse 3, and I will appoint over them 4 kinds, saith Yahweh, the sword to slay, and the dogs to tear, and the fowls of the heavens, and the beasts of the earth to devour and destroy. Yo, 100%, man. It happened to us before, and it's gonna happen to us again because our people continuing to go off, man. Don't want to get right. 2/3 don't want to get right, so that's gonna happen, man. You know, such as are for death to death, man, and such as are for the sword to the sword, man. Such as all for the sword to the sword. FEMA Gurkha troops, man. Being sent out here, man. You know, the UN troops, the UN Gurkha troops working with FEMA, bro. Sent out here, man. Gun motherfuckers down, man. Not gonna care about the rights you think you have in this motherfucker, man. Not gonna care, they gonna gun you down, man. Such as all for the sword to the sword. Primarily talking to them. I mean, speaking of them, man. But you also got these Edomite backyard militiamen, bro. You got them, and they gonna come in as well, man. They gonna come in as well, and they got that hatred for your tribes, man. They gonna come in. They gonna come in during them race wars and shit, cause that's coming too. They gonna come in and they gonna be sniping your tribes and shit, man. And if you ain't covered by the Most High Yahweh, you ain't covered. You ain't in that strong tower, man. You don't got the names. You ain't got right, man. You ain't got the names Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, and you ain't right, man. You know, you didn't repent, man. You didn't turn back. You know, you're gonna be through out here, man. You know, and then that's their blessing, the sword. It ain't our blessing. And such is all for the famine to the famine. This is all for the famine to the famine. What you got developing right now, man. You got famine developing due to these supply chain crunches caused by these different events, man. Caused by these tornadoes, caused by just these different events, man. It's not just that, you know, this shit been in the works, man. These mandates and shit, man. It's, you know, all types of events, man. You know, orchestrated and by Esau, not orchestrated by them, man. Just happening because the Most High Yahweh dishing out judgment. You know, that's causing that famine. And that famine's gonna be like bad out here, man. A famine's gonna be bad out here, man. You got shit to eat, man. And such as or to drink, man. It's gonna be for a minute, man. So long, you motherfuckers gonna start eating each other. And such as are for the captivity to the captivity, them FEMA camps, man. You know, because we already in captivity, right? In Babylon the Great, you know, and in these other countries, man, being held captive by these other nations as well. You know, with Esau, Edom be holding us, the most of us captive, but we also being held captive by these other nations, you know, around the world, man. The other nations and in these other countries, man. But it's talking with FEMA camps, man, and whatever version these other countries have of that, man. You know, they have a version of that in Australia. They're using that one right now, man. They throwing motherfuckers in that, man. They throwing their own people. They throwing those Like there's a video of the so-called Aborigines, which are mainly Japhites, because those are the true natives of Europe, the Japhites that was pushed out of there by Esau, and they became the Medes. Well, there is the Medes. They rule with the Persians. And you could see their migration south and what happened after the Alexander the Great and his empire man came in. You know, Edomites, mainly, right? Edomites. That was the beginning of Esau's rulership. Pushed them out, man. Pushed them out. The Medes could see it, man. They already had Moab and Ammon out there in East Asia, so when they went through, man, that's why they kind of look, kind of like so-called Chinese as well, man, because there was mixing going on. It was going on. It was taking their women and shit, You probably have Moabites among them as well, man, because opposite was going on, and it goes by the house of your father. So they was migrating southeast eventually. Got to the Pacific Islands, and records show that those were the last islands part of the world. That was the last part of the world that was settled. So it makes sense. The sons of Japheth were pushed out that way, man. And so the Australian Aborigines, man. Japheth was a dark skinned man, just like Shem and Ham. They were not described to be different. So what would his descendants be, man? Come on. So the so-called, anyways, this video that shows an Australian Aborigine elder being detained and thrown into basically I think it's like a truck or some shit. I don't know, some type of vehicle. And he was in. I saw, like maybe a couple days back or some shit, and they were taking him to that facility, man. And there was people like videotaping and protesting, but they were still doing it. They wasn't giving a fuck. And so to the captivity, it's gonna be happening to niggas here in America, man. As well as they're gonna throw their own people in there as well. The throwaways of them. And the heathens, they're gonna throw them in there. No, we're not concerned with Esau or the heathens. It's about Jacob, man. So you two, speaking to you 2/3, y'all are through, man. Verse, so to captivity, man. As it really, those are just collateral. The elites are actually aiming at our people. Verse, really no, because it's personal with them, man. Verse 3, and I will appoint over them 4 kinds, saith Yahweh, the sword to slay, so the sword to slay, and the dogs to tear, man. Sword means any type of weapon, by the way, but you primarily think of the gun or some type of gun like that, which is a modern day sword, the most widely known and available one. But you also have other types of weapons, like the weapons that created these tornadoes. I'm pretty sure. They have weapons like that, and biological weapons and all that, man. Weapons you don't even know about. This man's blessing is a sword. Fucking big dog. Fuck it, I'm busy. I don't have time for that right now. So what I would have told him I'm doing this right now. So what would you do? You have to sit and listen to something, huh? But let me continue, man. Yeah, the sword to slay and the dogs to tear. The dogs to tear and the fowls of the heaven and the beasts of the earth to devour and destroy. So the sword to slay, the dogs to tear, and the fowls of the heaven and the beasts of the earth to devour and destroy. So The dogs to tear. Just went into that earlier. And the fowls of the heaven. And okay, like these birds of prey. Like it showed you in that movie, The Birds, man. It shows you in there. They're gonna get theirs, man. They can't wait to get theirs. Actually, they're gonna be eating these dead bodies for World War III. You know, but you dead bodies of these people that we all dying. Taking struggle to eat. And so they're going to develop better taste for human flesh. Beasts of the earth to devour and destroy. And something else, you have all these exotic pets, especially here in Texas, man. You had that Tiger King, right? Joe Exotic in them, right? The Tiger King television series. Where's it based in? Where is it based in? Okay. That's executive order. Okay. They basically where is it based out of? Okay, Oklahoma. That's like even though it's a different state, they're like that type of state, a red state. But let me get it, because I think I came across this. Uh, More tigers in Texas than India. According to the World Wildlife Fund, an estimated 3,900 tigers remain in the wild, making it an endangered species. According to, okay, Slovakia, hold on, to actually switch it. According to, but it's close, right? According to a 2018 report from the Austin American Statesman, Texas is believed to have the second largest tiger population in the world, only after India. Yep. All these exotic pets, man, that people have, man. There was a tiger roaming around a Houston neighborhood, months back, I believe around May. And you could own them, like it's not banned in Texas. You could own them, so that's why you have. It's impossible to get an exact number for Texas tiger population. It says 2,000 to 500 tigers. So if there's 500, 2,000, 5,000 tigers. So if there's more than 3,900 tigers, making them, then there'd be even more in Texas, man. Like, there's a lot of tigers. So that's an example of that, man. Wow, fucking tigers, man. You're gonna have some fun. Hold on. You're gonna have some. Hold on. Escape from zoos or released. You're gonna have some in these sanctuaries, from these sanctuaries, which is just like open air, open air type prison, because these zoos is basically that for them animals. And those that was owned as pets, man, couldn't feed them no more. So and they're gonna be released. Probably eating their owners shit. All the shit going on, they ain't gonna be able. The cops ain't gonna be able to stop shit. He's gonna have. He's gonna have them out here. And so yeah, you could just picture it. It's gonna be bad out here, man. And they're creating the situation for Jacob's Trouble, man, to be real bad. Dozens of even this feral hogs, man. Dozens of feral hogs invade Southeast Texas neighborhood, Fort Bend County, Texas. Dozens of feral hogs invaded a neighborhood in Fort Bend County, and surveillance camera offers the proof. Yep. You have those wild hogs. Oh, oh, all right. You have those wild hogs. They can devote people as well. They will eat people, man. They have before attacked people. Man. They and pigs. They're hogs are pigs, man. Same shit as swine. They and swine can eat human flesh, man. And they shit. They get hold of some of a person, man, to eat. You know, it's happened to farmers before too, man. So yeah, man. You have them doing damage out here. Got an article. Yeah, says dozens of feral hogs invade southeast Texas neighborhood. Fort Bend County, Texas. Dozens of feral hogs invaded the neighborhood when Fort Bend County surveillance camera officers approved. It didn't take long for the huge pack of feral hogs to do some serious damage to the neighborhood. So it ain't. And there's another scripture going into that, man. Wild beasts changing places. Drivers were stuck. Ah, shit, dude. It's lucky. It's a video. You ain't gonna be able to see it. But basically, it's kdfm.com, and it's basically for the Houston area, man. So what? It's a site for local news site for the Houston area. So, I mean, fuck, this shit hurts. But yeah, it shows that all these feral hogs invading. You'll follow them. And just tear that bitch apart. So there you go. Oh, what the fuck? This shit just paused on me. Fuck. Hey, that's spiritual right there, man. But it's lucky I'm not trying to say nothing like that. I'm just saying the times is coming is gonna hit people like a thief in the night. These type hogs, man, these feral hogs and shit, they gonna invade a fucking instead of tearing up your grass and shit like that, bro, your yard and shit like that, they gonna be tearing fuck you're gonna be tearing people up out here, man. You're gonna be tearing y'all up, man. Like that. Eating up the dead bodies and come and tearing your ass up. Shit, a pig is a cleanup. It is a part of the cleanup crew, man. Which is why you're not supposed to eat it. You know, so they gonna be cleaning up them dead bodies, and then they gonna turn your ass, your unclean ass. They gonna turn you and eat you up and shit. You know, for those that's like destined to be their destinies to be die by the beasts of the earth. Got another fucking ad. Okay, never mind. That's going into something else. But yeah, man. And also this right here, wallabies changing their places. Wallabies changing their places. That's second Ezra's 5 and 8. There shall be a confusion also in many places, and the fire shall be offsent out again, and the wild beasts shall change their places, and menstruous women shall bring forth monsters. Yeah, there shall be a confusion also in many places. You see that going on, all this bullshit. And the fire shall be offsent out again. Wildfire is an example of that. Well, the fire shall be offsent out again, man. That's just one example, outbreak of that. But yeah, man, you get the picture. And also, you know, with these riots and shit, you know, shit being lit on fire and shit. And shit. You know, ultimately, how is this place going out, man? News. And the wild beasts shall change their places. And so that's a case of that right there. The wild beasts shall change their places. You know, these hogs going into these neighborhoods and shit. Another example. And menstruous women shall bring forth monsters. Well, that example, that like basically, you know, 2/3 nowadays, man, brought up by these menstruous women. They but hey, a bunch of monsters, man. These kids nowadays, a bunch of monsters. That's what that goes into. But you know, the wild beasts shall change their places. You know, that's the case of that. And you're seeing a lot of that nowadays. Ah, fuck. Might wrap it up soon. Might not be nothing else to go into. Let me see. Fuck. All right, I'm back. I'm posting some other articles. Like I said, I was gonna do right. Posted that article. Supply chain. Oh yeah. Supply chain crunch. Uh, shit. It's no problem, man. Slow ass fucking internet. Hold on. All right, so I hope this live was edifying. All right, so I hope this live was like a affliction. Ah, ah. All right, so I hope this live was edifying. I want to give all praise to Yahweh Shimi Al Shabbat Shimi Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Say teachings to the Akim out there, spreading this truth like wildfire, in all truth and in all sincerity. And shalom to in all truthfulness and in all sincerity. Shalom to the real, and shalom to the rest of the elect out there. Shalom. Stay strong. We almost out of here. You know, we almost out of here. You know, we got a few more. We got a few more ways to go. You know, so stay strong. You know, these devils is through. You know, you devils is finished. You know, and after they go down, Jacob's turn. You know, Abba Ball, Abba La the woman, Abba La Gawayim, Abba La 2/3. Shalom. Hey, Baruch Shah, Yahweh Shem Yom Shah, bring it soon. Shalom. Shalom, stay strong. Abba Ball, Yashrala forever. Shalom. Stay up, Akim